Great, thank you. How are you today?
I am great.
All right.
It's a beautiful day today.
It is another perfect day in paradise.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining us
Well, thank you for asking.
being on here with us and interviewing all these interesting people that we're going to have come through here. We do have quite a fun show today planned up.
It looks like it.
Yeah. Real quick, we're brought to you by what? Big Daddy's.
Big Daddy's.
The home of delicious margaritas and everything boom, boom, boom. Including the shrimp. It's great. By the way, you may not know this, but OMG Week starts Monday.
And what is OMG Week?
Well, oh my goodness. Starting on Monday, half price imported beers. All right.
All right.
So I don't know if you guys have Labatt's from Canada, because that's...
It's on international back order.
Okay, good.
That and PBR.
But all the other international beers will be half price. And then on Tuesday, half price frappes.
Yeah.
Did I say that correctly? Frappes.
Yeah, like a frappuccino.
What? Oh, sounds delish. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. And then on Wednesday, you got the half price fruit margaritas.
Yes.
I've had the maracuya margarita. It's delicious. It's
Yeah.
crazy good. And Thursday, $5 for a bucket of beer. Huh?
Yes.
Can you beat that?
Yes. Amazing.
And in addition to that,
Yes.
you'll need the bucket of beer because kids eat free.
That's right.
The ones that are under 12 anyway.
Every Thursday.
And you bring all your kids and freedom free stuff.
And I'll need several buckets.
Several buckets of beer. You'll need that. All right. Also, real quick, a quick announcement. The Rick Hayes has announced the Veterans Morning annual briefing, Thursday, July 6th at 9 a.m. And that's going to be at Valle Escondido Wellness Resort at Sabor Restaurant. Buffet starts at 8 a.m. and the briefing starts at 9 a.m. So all you veterans, get on over there so you know what's going on, all right? Today, our first guests, you might recognize one of them, Mr. Chef Christopher Young.
Hello.
Hi, Chris.
And our other guest, Mr. David Smelson.
How are we doing today?
Hi,
Thanks
David.
For having
Hey,
us
David.
On. Hello there.
Oh, thanks for coming on the show.
Absolutely.
And you guys are going to tell us a little bit about Inclusion Boquete.
Yes. Inclusion Boquete.
All right.
We've been doing this for about a little over a year now. And it's basically the gist of it is we job train. It started with Down syndrome.
Okay.
It's kind of transformed into just special needs.
Okay.
Oh, great.
In the restaurant business. We train them in the restaurant business to job place them. That's kind of the quick version.
Okay.
What kind of jobs are you placing them in?
Well, there's actually one kid who we placed in radio, so that's not really
Oh, wow.
restaurant, is it?
Okay.
Wow.
And then there's a lot of we're still we're running into speed bumps in different areas.
Sure.
I created a cookbook a while back to promote some of the chefs in the restaurants to give them a little bit of. The idea was to support them because I'm going to come to them later and they support me and say, hey, I have a kid for you and can you help me out? And
Okay.
So, but a lot of those chefs have actually moved on or quit or closed or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of, but there's a few that have really been helpful. Alexander at Negadri
Okay.
has brought on quite a few people
Nice.
to work with. He's
All
very
right.
patient, very
Yeah.
good.
That's another excellent
Excellent,
place.
excellent.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a great restaurant.
Yeah, great place, great chef, fabulous food.
We have a few that work on Mondays at Big Daddy's in the kitchen.
Okay.
I work
Okay.
with them in the morning. We had one that was a waiter in Big Daddy's, but it didn't. She ended up moving on to something else. And then we have a couple in Portamoyas Big Daddy's that have been training. And what we try to do is to have a monthly get-together because there's a lot of people who probably can't work and won't ever have a job.
Right.
So we do kind of like just a gathering to, sometimes we've done little discotecas in the, for them to have a place to dance and sing.
Yeah, yeah.
And we've done, we went to the opening of a farm somewhere near David,
Oh, wow.
and they got to see the outdoors and some animals. And
Okay.
there's a group in David that we work with a lot. It's called Hojitas de Amor, Eyes of Love is what that means.
Oh, see.
And there's probably 30 Down syndrome people.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
I tend to say kids, but a lot of them are
I was going to ask you
older
what
than
the
I.
age
Yeah, there's
bracket was.
last I think November this one of them turned 50, and she wanted a birthday party.
Rosemary.
Rosemary.
I was there.
Yes,
yeah,
you were there.
yeah.
You were there.
It was fabulous.
That was such a cool event.
It was, because you got to see all kinds of these kids, just having fun, just, sheer abandon, just out there dancing, getting down. There's nobody. I don't know how it is in the rest of the world, but there's nobody throwing judgment or looking at these people like they're any different from you or I.
Right.
And that's and I feel like that's kind of what Inclusion Boquete is about.
Exactly. 100%. 100%.
David, what's your involvement now with this organization?
So I just started getting into this with Chris a few weeks ago, and had some ideas for some fundraising, and I'm kind of new to the area, so I'm just feeling it out and seeing what I can get involved in as to bring some of the skills that I brought back from the States to try and make this a functional foundation. It's not all about necessarily doing job placement and job training, but it's also about socialization and,
Right.
and getting them into a place where they can be comfortable and socialize with other people, even if it's only once a month or whatever, because you don't know what the home situations are
Right,
like, or
right.
how restricted they are. So
Okay.
to your point about just being able to enjoy themselves and get out with
Yeah.
other people,
Yeah.
and have a good time. So I'm hoping to really help figure out how to increase some funding levels so that these guys can do things that are more fun.
Awesome.
That's great.
I would imagine this would also be about life skills as well, not just job skills, but
Yeah. There was a girl that she's been working with me on Mondays, like I said, at Big Daddy's, and I had her weighing fries.
okay.
And that's this girl has autism. And
Okay.
so things like that are just exact they're very good at these things, and they're very quick, and oftentimes you'll find something that they're better than anybody else at, and
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
their job. And
That's great. Find that focus.
exactly
Excellent.
So her scale broke in the middle of portioning, and I didn't realize it until she was finished portioning, and I was looking at the bags, and they were pretty close, but they weren't what they needed to be. And so I said, hey, we need to pay attention, and I'm here if something doesn't work, please tell me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really like she was so hard on herself.
Oh.
I mean, there was about a short period of time after that where I had to come on, sit down, let's get you some water.
Yeah.
It's very when you see that, and
Yeah.
this person, all they want is just to do the best job they can.
Absolutely.
And they made a mistake, and then it was I was like holding back the tears because I wanted to just hug her and be like, don't worry, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
But I'm also trying to prepare some of these people for the real world.
Yeah.
And so there's this balance that I'm trying to find that's been
Yeah.
pretty challenging.
Absolutely.
I imagine it would be.
Yeah.
Because that's their whole focus, right? Especially when they have autism and you give them one job.
Right.
And their whole level of self-confidence is focused on that one task.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm learning a lot. And
Okay.
This is completely new to me. And I have a brother that has Down syndrome that lives here.
Right.
That's kind of why I started.
It was
this.
the impetus for that,
Yeah.
kind of. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that has its own set of challenges.
Yeah.
Growing up, living in a family with a differently abled individual. My stepson is differently abled. And, one of the things we felt was important as when he got to be a teenager, was to teach him every skill that we could, that we knew, And what happened for him is, and he's a very high functioning person. You wouldn't know he's any different just to meet him. He has been able to, every job he's had, he is always like employee of the month because he never misses a day of work.
Awesome.
Unless he is like deathly ill with the flu or whatever.
Wow.
Never misses a day of work. So, he's got that kind of focus as well. You set him on a task and that task gets done, gets taken care of.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
David, you mentioned you were bringing some skill sets to this. Could you tell us a little bit about your background, where you're from, and what you did before?
Back in the States, I was I worked for a computer company that sold to the hospitality industry, and did that for about 25 years after a stint in actual operations in the restaurant biz. But then after I moved here, I started an agency that searches talent for kitchens and hotels and technology for hospitality as well.
Okay.
But I did run I was a co-founder of a charity in the United States called Shooting with Chefs. And we raised funds for So What Else, which is a charity that does after-school programs for at-risk youth in Baltimore and Washington, D.C., as well as Chance for Life, which funds childhood cancer research. So we had raised, by the time I left, over $500,000 for those charities to,
Wow.
help them figure out, the things that they needed to do for their constituents.
Right,
Wow.
right. Wow, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was very fulfilling, and the kind of events that we threw were a little bit off the wall, but this
Really?
a little bit more
Like
mainstream.
what, for example?
It started out with some guys from Top Chef, so I was friends with some of these TV star chefs, and we would have them come and do a meal at a shooting range.
Okay.
And they would come and do a really great meal, and then we would shoot some guns that you only see on TV and in the movies.
Uh-huh.
And then they would come back to the bonfire, and we'd break out the really good bourbon and start bidding on dinners where these chefs would come to your home and make dinner for you and 9 of your friends.
Oh, how
So these are,
amazing.
very high-end chefs, Michelin-starred
Really?
quality,
Wow.
who would come and make dinner in your house. And I was able to participate in a couple of those dinners, and they were just amazing. But these dinners would go for $10,000 or $15,000 a piece.
Oh, I'll
So
bet.
So that's how that number got to be so big.
Yeah, man.
So we're looking to do some things like that, probably on a slightly lower scale and without the guns.
Well, that's kind of comforting, actually.
Yeah, we don't do that here.
Bourbon and guns
Yeah,
and,
that
and
doesn't mix.
eccentric
No, it was
chefs.
bourbon after the
Oh,
guns.
after the-
Yeah, we didn't do that before. Yeah.
It always
So how
makes-
long have you been here?
I just moved here in September, but I've been in Panama for almost 2 years now. I lived in the city for a year.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Well, what drew you up here to the high country?
I have never experienced weather like this in my life. It is, I swore I was never going to shovel snow again, and that's why I
Uh-huh.
moved to Panama.
Uh-huh.
But couldn't handle the heat in
It's
the
a
city.
little toasty down there.
Yeah, but here in Boquete, the weather and the food and the people are just so nice. It's a great place to live.
Nice. That's why we picked it.
Me
The
too.
weather, the food, the people,
Yep.
and the theater. Don't forget the
Yes,
theater. Yes.
Can't forget the theater.
All right, cool. So you were from the D.C. Baltimore area?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Well, no wonder you needed to get away because
It's a little crazy there.
it's a hellscape. No, it's the you can count on freezing to death every winter and
And
baking to death every summer.
hotter than Panama City in the summer and colder
Yeah.
than you ever want to be ever again. Yeah.
I hear you, man. I lived in Chicago and I grew up in Denver. So
Yeah, I lived in Chicago and I lived in New Jersey.
Yeah, I'm from New Jersey.
So,
uh-huh.
and the thing about New Jersey is they don't get snow that often. So when it would snow, that's when I would go to the grocery store because nobody else was on the road.
Oh man.
The whole
Exactly.
town didn't shut down when it snowed?
When they, say that again.
Did the town shut down when it
Pretty
snowed?
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just were. We're just not going to go in it.
Wow.
So,
Well, my
and being from Chicago, I had no problem.
my 2 years in Chicago was the coldest experience of my life. It snows early in the winter, and whatever hits the ground stays there until the thaw.
March.
Yeah, and the term black ice is that's
For real.
That's for real. So yeah, no fun. But Boquete, yeah, it's a paradise. It's excellent. I'm glad that you came out here, man.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it sounds like, the people that come here are special. They really are. And they all bring something special to offer. Most of it really good. Some of it sketchy. But most of it is really amazing. And, it's very cool. We need more people like you, more people that think like, helping other people.
Yeah.
We
One
do.
thing that I've started to do is in the Inclusion Boquete, we've started to do work on designing a catering program. and basically it's like frozen meals that you can buy, and I'm developing the I have some of the big vendors in the country, the food vendors.
Oh, yeah?
Donating different things, and so I'll take, like right now I have a mushroom ravioli,
Okay.
and so it's a prepackaged ravioli. So I took it, I ran some tests, I added some truffle oil and some cream, and then froze it and came up with a cooking time.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's they're all donations. So we're gonna start selling these things,
Okay.
and then that money will be used for. Right now, the goal is to finish paying for the foundation, which is expensive.
Oh, yeah.
The nonprofit status.
Oh, just
that's
the
right.
Yeah.
status itself.
We're halfway through it, so
Wow.
the total is about 5,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, definitely more fundraisers are on tap, are they
Yes.
not?
Yeah. So yeah, you'll be seeing Inclusion Boquete catering coming soon.
Cool.
And really, catering I found is a lot easier to train and teach because in the heat of the battle, so to speak, and you have 15 tables waiting for food.
Yeah.
It's you have to have the patience of an elephant to
I know,
to
man.
teach somebody. So the catering, it's like we know, okay, we have this and this, and we have to have it ready by tomorrow.
Yeah.
A lot more calm and chill.
Yeah. I was in the catering game for a while, so I totally understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it's real, incredibly important, the training that you're talking about. Because, if something goes wrong or goes off, man, it's your servers that get the brunt
Yes.
of the complaint, when usually it's the boss's fault, right?
That's right, 100%.
Yeah,
100%,
yeah.
yeah.
But definitely good program. So how big is the organization right now? How many people do you have that work with you?
Well, it's just always changing. There's people that come and then they like for example, do you remember about a year ago when the gas thing and the streets?
Oh, yeah,
protests?
yeah.
So I had figured that I would open for breakfast at Tap Out, and they could come up from David. There's quite a few there's about 30 in David, and probably 5 or 6 of them work with us regularly.
Okay.
And they could hop on the bus. They could come work breakfast for a couple hours, and then hop back on the bus and be home before the rain began.
Nice.
So that was going well, and Tap Out has the big parking lot.
Yeah.
We're not open for lunch, so there's no rush to change over from breakfast to lunch, which is always difficult.
Yeah, that's quite the hassle. Yeah.
So, but then the roads blockages happened, and they couldn't get up here, and so I mean the whole thing was that we opened it for them to
Yeah.
be able to have a job, and
Yeah.
so we ended up closing that. So now it's kind of, there's a few, like I said, that work at Big Daddy's. All in all, there's probably 10, 15 total.
Yeah.
And some, were like this guy was working at the radio station in Bajo Boquete, and there's a guy that has a little, I'm not sure what it is, but
Oh yeah, that little there was a little. It's like even smaller than this.
yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
It's in the public market.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the size of Suleika's desk.
Muy pequeña.
Right.
So-
And he decided he didn't want to do it anymore. And so, I mean, there's always these little things that,
Right.
like this girl last week that was upset. She hopefully will be back
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah, that'll be great.
So,
I understand. Even with people who aren't special needs, there's quite a revolving door here. People come, they go,
Yeah.
they get into stuff. It's too much or too little or whatever.
Well, you got to find your niche, right? There's always an expectation, and then there's the reality, and hopefully those two things aren't that far apart when it comes to something that you want to get involved in.
Right.
This is a retirement area for a lot of expats.
It's true.
And,
It is.
and that's, how much do I really want to put myself back to work? But it is such a nice place, and there are so many needy causes. It just behooves you to find something that fits what it is that you want to do, that brings you joy and can help other people out too. And
Yeah.
it's something that I think all expats, it should be like a requirement for your visa to get involved in something.
Yeah. Oh, that's
I
a
like
great
that.
idea.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody
and
I
be
said that.
a waiter for like a week.
Yeah, gotta be a
Everybody
waiter.
should have to do that.
I wasn't a waiter. I was a busboy at a restaurant called the 94th Aero Squadron. It was a chain in the States, and it looked like a French farmhouse during World War I. That was the whole theme.
Oh, cool.
There's a machine gun out front. And I learned that I don't think I want to eat in a steakhouse like this.
If you think about it this way, you almost have to have a little bit, be on the spectrum, have some special needs to want to get into the restaurant business.
Okay.
Or to stay in it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, you think
Or
about
at least
it.
be crazy.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So it's like, okay, I want to get into a career that's going to make me work all nights and weekends, all
Yeah.
holidays.
Yeah.
There's some behind the scenes stuff that's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
And
Indeed. I had a friend that thought she wanted to start a food truck. She came up with an idea, for food. And I thought, oh, this is interesting. I haven't heard of this before, And there are places in Los Angeles that rent out food trucks.
Mm-hmm.
And they take care of all the prep. They clean them, they get them ready. You order the things you want, they stock them. And we went in, and the guy says to us, you don't want to do this. We're like, well, why? It seems like good. No. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to be on your feet here before sunrise, okay? And you're going to be working all day long, and it's going to be hot. It's not air conditioned in there. It's going to be hot all summer, all the time. And you're going to be back here long after midnight, de-prepping, and then you're going to start all over again. We looked at each other and we said, you're right. We don't want to do this.
And not only that, those people who were servicing the trucks and doing all the prep took most of the profit.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I worked at a place called The Barn for about 6 weeks.
Okay.
And I was a server. And the Barn had a special on Fridays. You either could order a steak or halibut. And I would really hype the halibut because if they ordered the steak, we had to cook it, the servers. So there was a big grill in the middle of the restaurant. It was like, all right, is that medium rare? Is that rare?
Oh, my. I bet you got good at cooking steak fast.
I sold a lot of halibut.
Okay. You didn't have to cook the halibut.
I didn't have
though.
to cook the halibut. The cook
Okay.
actually cooked the halibut.
The Barn, is that in Chicago?
No, that was actually in Oregon.
Oh, in Oregon. Okay.
In Tillamook. A place called Tillamook, Oregon.
Oh,
that where
yeah.
the cheese
yeah.
is?
They have good cheese there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've-
exactly.
I've been to the Tillamook.
One big giant dairy farm.
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get that cheese at Baru here in Boquete.
I saw
Yeah.
that.
It's
I was
about-
in my
nuts.
fridge. Yeah.
For like $12, you can
For a
have
half
it.
a pound, yes.
But it's worth it.
It
It's-
is. It really
Yeah,
is.
it goes great with your really expensive bacon that's in the freezer section.
And I always had to go get the ice cream at the Tillamook factory.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had their ice cream.
Oh, amazing ice cream.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's very cool. I didn't know about that at all. You got something going on Tap Out you wanted to mention?
Yeah, so July 9th, Ribapalooza.
Oh, yeah. I'll be there,
Oh.
man.
It's going to be cool. Do you want to be a judge?
Scott already asked me. Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
okay.
be a judge.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and I'll take some snaps of people getting sloppy with ribs.
Super, super. So we had a dropout.
Okay.
There was 5, and now there's 4 competitors.
Okay.
So if you're listening and you want to compete, contact me
Oh, wow.
or contact Scott. Let me give it.
I make great ribs, by the way, but I don't want to compete because that's too
Okay.
much work.
It is a lot of work. So you don't have to be a restaurant, but if you want to compete, 6513-6969.
Oh, say that number again.
6513-6969.
All right, cool. And we'll also go ahead and put it on the Facebook page later.
Okay. Scott, I just gave out your personal cell.
For the whole world, we got tens of hundreds of listeners probably, or
Yeah.
tens.
Tens.
We're in the tens, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. One of my favorite things in the world is barbecued ribs.
Oh yeah.
2 best places in the world that I've ever had ribs, and this is personal favorites. Number 1, Twin Anchors in Chicago. They have,
Oh, yeah.
oh my God. I had never had baby back ribs like these before. You pick them up, they fall into your mouth. Oh. And the other place was Den Haag in the Netherlands.
Cool.
We went there by mistake. Well, not by mistake, but by circumstance. We're trying to get to Amsterdam, but Amsterdam was closed because of partying. It was Queen's Day that day, and so we couldn't get into the city. So we went to Den Haag instead. Found this restaurant and barbecue ribs. So she brings out a big plate of ribs and some dipping sauces. I eat the ribs. Waitress comes back and says, "How did you like that?" I said, "They were great." She said, "Would you like more?" I said, "More?" She says, "Yeah, it's all you can eat."
Oh, nice.
Oh my gosh.
So I ate my weight in ribs that day. and,
So when was the last time you were in Panama City?
I haven't been actually to Panama City other than the airport. I actually haven't spent any time in Panama City since 2005.
Okay, there is a place you need to try.
Okay.
Ande El Gringo.
Okay.
It is in Plaza 69. That's on, Calle 69.
Okay.
The best barbecue restaurant that I have been to ever.
Ever?
Outside the United States.
Oh man, I'm jotting this
Oh, wow.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say
their
it- say it
brisket,
again.
Ande El Gringo.
Ande El Gringo.
Ande.
Ande.
The brisket there is so good that I couldn't believe that I was eating it in Panama in a little strip mall. It was amazing.
Oh, right
Yeah,
on.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the ribs as well.
Some of the
Yeah.
most amazing things you find are in little strip malls.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Love
Absolutely.
Panama City for the restaurants.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, the 7.5 years we've lived here, we just got a car 3 months ago. So we'll be road tripping to Panama City probably after the theater season because we're a little tied up
A
with
little
that.
busy now.
Yeah, but we'll be doing it. Guys, thanks for coming, man.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
great to be
betcha,
here.
you betcha. Well, Inclusion Boquete is definitely a worthwhile cause. So anytime you want to talk about that, just give us a shout. And,
Cool. All right.
And
Yeah, check us out on Facebook to keep up on events that are coming up and
Okay,
see if
cool.
maybe you want to get involved.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Inclusion Boquete,
Excellent.
Facebook. Excellent. All right, guys.
All right. Thanks, y'all. Have a
Hey,
great
have
weekend.
a great, yeah, you
Yeah,
too, man.
thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Take care.
You
David,
too.
thank you.
Absolutely. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Or
meet you.
All right.
catch your name anyhow. I know. I've seen
Yeah, you'll catch me on them.
you. See you around town. Thanks.
All right, man.
Take care. Thank you.
Well, that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. It was also very interesting.
Yeah. I think that's the thing we try to have is interesting and informative here.
Yes.
And fun.
And fun.
Yeah.
And fun.
Well, our next guest.
Yes.
Oh, come right in, please. Sit right down. Belin Luna.
Hi, hello.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good
Belin, you'll need to talk real
Okay.
close. The mic wants you to get real intimate with it because it's hard of hearing.
Okay, now it's okay?
Yeah, I think so. Is okay? Can you hear it? Oh, okay, great. And we are live streaming, so there's cameras looking at you.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Don't want to be too intimidating, but Belin is a locally famous artist. You can see her artwork many places around town.
That's what I hear.
Yes.
Where can we see your artwork?
And well, you can see one of my murals in Big Daddy's.
That's right, yeah.
Yes, like now you talk with Chris. And well, in the background, like in the back, you can see my paintings in the bar area.
Okay.
And then I have another painting if you are going like next to Heaven Spa.
Okay.
And also there's a mural like near the Heaven Spa.
Right.
And another mural that also you can see if you are walking on Jaramillo Centro.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, and then the others you can see it because are in private houses.
In private houses.
Wow.
So, Belin, tell us about yourself. Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Argentina,
Okay.
and well, I'm here because I'm traveling. And the first time that I came here, it was 2015,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know why, but I came here. Like, yes, I know why. There's a lot of things that happen that makes me come here. And from 2015, I fell in love with Boquete and all the people in Boquete, and I come every year.
Wow.
Excellent.
Yes.
How long will you be staying this time?
No, and I have to leave on August 4.
Okay. Oh, okay. So
Yes,
you're here
I
for a
have
while.
little, yes. Now you know that change the rules of migration change in Panama.
Oh, really?
Yes. Before that, we can be here for 6 months because of that. Like all time that I came from so much months here, but now I only can be for 3 months.
Really?
Oh,
When
I
did
did
they
not
change
know.
that? I didn't know
Yes. But well, I'm painting. I'm painting in canvas, but I have project for star murals next week.
Oh, right
Wow.
on. For murals in town, locally?
Yes, in town, but not in the street in private houses.
Oh, of course, in
Okay.
private
Uh-huh.
houses. How cool is that?
That is very cool.
Thank you so much. Yes, and also, and here I make art projects in the handicap center, and we are making nice stuff and good work.
Excellent.
Yes, 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 yes.
Have you always been artistic? Have you always known you wanted to be an artist?
Yes, and when I was in 5th grade,
Okay.
and I participate in a how do you say, like a show,
Okay. See?
and I win.
You win?
Yes.
You won?
Wow.
Oh,
I
cool.
won. and that's start to my mind think about, well, maybe I can do art. And also I was very little,
See?
and I say I want to paint murals, and from that time starts. And then when I was a teenager, like, well, my school thinks so much about art, and art, it was so important. And I think that from there I start to love to paint and do things. And then when I was a teenager, I changed the school, and I go to a school that was like art, and especially in
Okay.
arts,
Uh-huh.
like
Okay.
more complicated, and it was a very full school, like incredible.
Did you have to learn like all different types of art
Yes,
disciplines?
yes. I started when I was a teenager,
Uh-huh.
and we have a sculpture, drawing, painting, and growing, ink, and so much stuff. And then, and after that, I decided that I want to be an art teacher,
Mm-hmm.
and because of that, I study art, and I work like a teacher in Argentina. Well,
See?
I was a teacher in Argentina for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and I love to be a teacher, but at the same time, it was something inside me that tell me I have to I have to travel. I have
Okay.
to travel. I have to travel, and then I start to travel, and I start to live with the art. And for me, it was incredible because in my country, I never believed that I can live making art.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm traveling since 2015, it's like I'm painting so much time. Also, I make jewelry, and also for me, make jewelry is painting with stones and different materials.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yes. And
So
I'm
where
happy.
all do you travel to?
Well, now, like from like the last 6 years, I'm making all the time Panama, Costa Rica, and Mexico, and I'm moving around that area.
Okay.
But when I start, I make all Central America and also Colombia,
See?
Wow.
and traveling with a backpack.
Wow. Full of art supplies, right?
for 2 years.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes.
That's very cool.
So primarily you do murals. That's your
Yes.
okay.
Murals, and because I like so much murals because you can paint with all your body. You are moving your body.
Good
when you're-
point. Never
yes.
thought of that.
And when you are making a canvas, you are more sit down and like, or maybe stand up, but you don't move so much.
You're stationary.
Uh-huh.
You don't move around.
Yes,
You're-
like painting murals is like dancing.
Wow. Do you play
Oh.
music while you paint?
Yes.
Yeah. How cool.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
What kind of music do you like?
And it depends the day. It
Okay.
depends the day because sometimes I want to listen more jazz, and sometimes more pop music, and sometimes 90 music, and sometimes something more like quiet.
Uh huh.
I think I'd like to pay just to watch her paint.
I know. I think that would be an excellent attraction.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have you paint a big mural out here somewhere and charge people a few bucks. Come and watch Baylin paint.
You can, play whatever music you want, whatever, it's the mood for the day.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
the mood for the day. Yes.
Oh, Pam, I think you've hit on a whole new idea.
Yeah.
An attraction, absolutely.
Yes, and well, I love to paint and also like make art, and also I'm so happy because Boquete opens a very big opportunity for
Indeed,
do what
indeed.
I do, and also and I have a friend that and she's like my mother that called Mary Ellen.
Mary Ellen, we love Mary
Yes.
Ellen. Hi, Mary
Hola,
Ellen.
Mary Ellen. And also she gave me the opportunity for know all her friends and all these amazing
See?
people that is around her.
Oh, wow.
And they enjoy my art also and let me have the time for do it.
Mm-hmm.
And Yes.
You have now. You'll be here till August 4th.
Mm-hmm.
So you have some time if somebody wants a commission, wants a.
And yes, I don't have so much time for murals, but
Okay.
I have so much paintings that are waiting for being a wall.
Oh, okay.
And yes, and
All right, guys.
I'm going like are for sale.
Ah.
And also watercolors and
Oh, you should bring some to the Tuesday market.
yes, I
Yes.
have to.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be
Yes.
great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, if you need a special custom piece of artwork, though, or maybe a small mural, you might give Bailyn a call and
Yes.
and throw some money her way. That'd be
Yes,
great.
Yes.
Bailyn, do you have any special inspiration in the art world?
And now my inspiration is nature.
Nature?
Yes, it's like before I start to travel, I never paint plants, flowers, and birds and these kind
Really?
of things. But I think that, and I feel that I paint what I see in the moment and
Uh-huh.
what makes me happy.
Oh,
And when you are walking here, around here, I walk so much every day here around Alto Kiel and go inside the mountains and
see?
you can see the nature here and it's amazing and it's very beautiful. The trees, the plants, the flowers, bromelias.
Yeah.
It's a world that it's amazing.
Yeah,
and
it is.
When you start to see something like a little, then you see a little more, and are like abstract paintings, like everything that you want to paint is there.
Ah.
Is in nature.
Wow. I think your love of that shows in your artwork. If go check it out, by the Haven or Big Daddy's. Did you do a bus stop? Do we have a bus stop here that you did?
No, I don't have a
No,
bus
you don't
stop.
have a
No,
bus
no,
stop
no.
here?
No.
Okay, I thought maybe you did. I know Mary Ellen does.
Yes, and there's a very good bus stop in front of the handicap center
Sí,
that
sí.
Mary Ellen painted.
Sí,
Yes.
Fundación Pro Integración.
Yes,
Sí.
yes, and there also we are making very nice art.
Oh, really?
Yes, now we are in a new project that we are making it's a mural that is a combination with painting, collage, and different techniques. And we are doing step by step. We are in the beginning, but the idea is cover a wall with a mural, a paper mural.
Ooh.
We do it before, and in 2018, 2019, I don't remember exactly the year, and we make the jungle, and every person that goes to the Fundación make part of the mural.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And
Everybody
it was
helps.
a very, very good experience
How cool is that?
because you can see also how art can help people, how art can make you be strong
Sí.
and be powerful. It's amazing what
It's-
is the experience of art in the handicap center.
Yeah, it's like therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can also see that you were a very good teacher. I can just tell from the way you're expressing yourself that you conveyed, I'm sure, your love of art to your students.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
See.
What
And
age were your
yes.
students?
Well, when I started to be a teacher, it was from 6 years until 8 years. And then after that, I started to teach to adults. I was in a profesorado, that is for people that want to be teacher.
Uh-huh.
And I worked there for a long, long time.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Trying the people that want to be teacher.
Yeah.
And now in the Fundación, it's a very different experience. It's amazing.
Okay.
It's amazing because the creativity that they have,
Yeah.
they goes to the roof.
Well, in some ways, it was kind of like Chris mentioned, with people on the spectrum or differently abled people, you find things that they can focus in on.
Exactly.
But when it comes to creativity, I think these people have less restriction.
Oh, yeah. But they have less opportunity, too. So to
Definitely.
even have this at the
Yeah.
handicap center is
Yeah,
amazing.
absolutely. I mean, we get into thinking in our normal straight ahead
Yes.
ways.
No, they can show you what they can do,
Mm-hmm.
and it's more that you think that they can do.
Oh,
It's
that's awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's like let it be,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to show you that are so magic things,
Uh-huh.
creative things happen there.
Yeah.
Like maybe we think in a box,
Uh-huh.
and they don't have a box.
That's
Go
exactly it.
out the
exactly
box.
what I was trying to say. Thank you.
And that is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also like it's give him I don't know how to say that in English, that speak Spanish, and for me the English is more
Ah,
difficult.
tú hablas inglés
but,
muy lindo, muy
well,
lindo.
but the thing that I want to say is like, and we have to give them the opportunity
Sí,
to show us,
sí.
because it's not help, it's let it be.
Right, right. You give them the opportunity. You put
And
the
also that's give them confianza, like
confidence.
confidence
Sí,
on yourself.
sí.
And also, like the last experience that we have with this paper mural,
Uh-huh.
is like each Saturday, you see the changes. Like first, they want you give I don't know a green pencil, and they paint with the green pencil without seeing what they're doing.
Okay.
The next Saturday, they say, no, I don't want the green pencil. I want the blue one.
Okay.
And they give more like
Yeah.
how do you say
Confidence.
confidence
Sí.
to know what they want
Yeah.
and to tell you. It's amazing what is going
Absolutely.
there.
Absolutely. Everybody on every level of the spectrum of life needs to know that, needs to have that, needs to be given an opportunity to have the
Yes.
confidence, to have that pride in what they do.
Exactly.
And I feel like more often than not, special needs people do not get that.
I think you're correct. I think we've heard a lot today that people are really focusing on trying to get these people that have special needs more confidence in the abilities they do have.
Right.
And to let them go, like you. Let them go out of their box. Let them fly.
Yeah, absolutely. You just give them a couple of tools and set them on their way. And
And that's make you think that you are the one that they are not making good things.
yes, that's awesome. So you improve people's lives by creating beautiful artwork.
No, I think that they improved my life, because this experience with the Fundación really changed my way to see the things.
Wow, that's amazing.
And also, the love that they give to you,
Yes, it's unconditional, isn't it?
yes.
Yeah.
And what we do there, it's amazing.
That's
and
awesome.
also, there's a lot of people working there that and they have so much love, and they have the time. Lucia also, it's
Lucia's
so important.
fabulous. Susan,
Dalia,
yeah.
There's a lot of people. I don't want to say names because then I forget somebody.
I know,
and-
you can't leave
Yes,
anybody out.
But there's a very good team
Yeah.
also working there and making the best,
Yeah.
and that is so nice.
I know my good friend Chuck High was a
Well,
therapist
Chuck,
there.
oof, Chuck, I take the
Yes, he is an amazing guy. Hey, Chuck. Hey, Jane, if you guys are watching from Spain.
Spain.
Come back for a visit.
Yes. Yes. But it's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing, like how art can do a lot of stuff.
Right.
Not only a painting in a wall.
Mm-hmm.
It makes more things.
Well, exactly. I mean, you make people happy with your art, but you make people happy with your instruction and your help and your ability to give people art. You don't just make art, you give people art. And you give them the chance to make and create. And I think that's a
Yes.
wonderful thing. You're one of these people that make Boquete very special, even
Yes,
though
you
you're
are.
here part-time.
Part of the year.
Part of the year.
It'd be great if you came for more of the year.
Yes. But migration things.
Can you leave for a couple of months or a month and then just come back?
Well, I went to migration, not so, maybe last month, and no. It's
No.
for return, I have to be outside 90 days.
90 days.
Really?
Okay.
Yes, for return.
Wow.
So you can travel to Costa Rica
Yeah.
and
Yes,
Mexico,
yes, yes.
and then
I'm
come
still,
back.
I'm
And then
still
come-
traveling, and because of that, it's not a problem. Like,
Okay.
and all the time I want to be more time here because here the time goes like so fast.
Oh, I know.
And yes, and I now it's 3 months for me. 6 months it was so fast. Now 3 months it's
Oh, it flies.
That's a heartbeat.
fly.
Yeah.
fly. But well, also it gave me a chance that to change. And when I go to Costa Rica, I go to the sea, to the beach,
See?
and like I have like a balance to be in the mountain and the balance
Mhm.
to be in the sea. And then well, also I go to Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
and in Mexico you see that there's
What
so
part of
much
Mexico?
culture. I'm all time changing places.
Mhm.
I repeat 1 or 2 places, but all time that I go to Mexico, I go to a new place to discover new places.
Oh, cool.
That's very
All
cool.
right.
Yes, yes, all around Mexico.
Mexico's very diverse. I mean, it's got all kinds of really great art places.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of my friends in the States, her father was an artist. He did the album covers for Led Zeppelin,
Oh, really?
and he and his mistress ended up living somewhere in northern Mexico. They have a kind of a town like Boquete because it's a lot of expats that live there.
Uh-huh.
But that's a very artistic town.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of ex-Boqueteños who live in San Miguel Allende and
Send me it. That's right.
San Miguel.
Ajijic
Okay.
also.
Arcajit, you see. Ajit, a couple of our friends are thinking of moving to the Oaxaca area, you know. So I'm going to have to have a road. In fact, 2 of our friends are on a road trip to Mexico right now.
They arrived.
Yeah, they're there.
They
Yeah,
got there.
helping our other friends move. I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So it's awesome. I can't wait to road trip or do well. Maybe not road trip. Maybe I'll fly. It sounds like a lot of work
But
to
a lot
road
of
trip.
driving.
it's so important also to see what more is like well, I'm from Argentina, and also I love my country, and
See?
my country have incredible landscapes and
Oh, it's
places
beautiful.
to visit.
Yeah.
But also it's nice to go out
Mhm.
to see what is more, how people live, what they do, and things, and they open so much your mind
Yeah.
and change your life,
Yeah.
the way that you see life.
Mm-hmm.
Travel
you
is
see that
yeah.
less is better, and you start to learn so much things.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yes, you do.
I
it's a school.
What is the phrase? Travel is the best antidote to ignorance, or something like that.
I don't know.
How much time do you spend in Argentina?
How much?
Yeah, do you spend any time there? Or?
And well, I returned last year
See?
until January. The first days of January, I was in Argentina, but it was for 4 years that I don't return.
Wow.
Wow.
And yes,
Okay.
I see so much changes, and
Yeah.
it's so like weird. And like also what happened to your country, what happened to your friends and family, and what happened to you. Everything changed, but at the same
Yes.
time they don't change.
Uh-huh.
And yes, the economy and things like that, yes, they change so much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But also like everything is there. I can't explain how you feel when you return after so much time.
Well, we kind of feel like that about the U.S. You know.
Yes, sometimes you feel that you are strange in your own country.
I feel more and more like that.
And it's like so weird also what happened with you when you return to your home.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll be making my first trip back to the States in August.
Oh, really?
It's the first time I'm going to go since I've been here, so over 2 years.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Get ready.
interesting.
There will be a little shock.
I'm sure
Yes.
it will be.
I went back to LA after 6 months here,
Yeah.
and I found culture shock like crazy. And you know, I lived in LA for 40 plus years,
Oh, boy.
and my first ride on the Hollywood freeway was like it was overwhelming. I got used to it again in a couple of days, but it's once you are experiencing life here, it's a whole new paradigm.
Yeah.
You know, it's a whole new everything,
Yes.
and it's easy to shed memories of the very recent past and memories of how life is or was.
Yes. I feel when I return to my country, also Buenos Aires is a big city, like it's another ritmo, it's another velocidad.
It's another speed.
Yes, it's
See.
another speed. It's another speed.
It is.
And when you are traveling, like around Central America, everything is more quiet. Everything have their own time, and it's also nice to learn that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Well, the one time I was in Argentina, I told you earlier, we were in Cordoba, and that's central Argentina. It's more of their farming community, and it was pretty. I felt slow. It was
Yes.
very laid back. It was a very relaxed pace.
Yes. It's not the same. It's like this. I think in all countries happen the same. Like
Yeah.
the capital city or like a big city
Right.
Right.
is not the same like the inside of the country.
Country living is easy
Yes.
living.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like if you are out for 4 years and you return, it was
It's a shock.
everything is so fast
It
here.
is, it
And yes.
Well, I do look forward at some point to going to Argentina. Argentina.
Argentina.
I can't even
Argentina.
say it the English way. Because I've seen some amazing photographs. One of our members of the photo club, Larry Wilkinson, hi Larry, has so many beautiful photographs that go down there often. And some of the photographs that he has shown are it's stunning. It's such a beautiful
No,
place.
it's a very, very beautiful place. Like
Yeah.
also it's a long country, and also you have like different kind of things to see. Like they're completely the opposite.
Yeah.
Like Patagonia, if you go to the side of the mountain, like
Yeah.
near the Cordillera de los Andes, you can see so much lakes and also forest,
Yeah.
and everything have a kind of color, like mountains and
See.
also. And then you go also to the Patagonia, but to the part that is the sea, and it's like start to be like the desert.
Oh,
And then
wow.
you have cliff, and then you have the sea, and so much fauna in the sea,
Yeah,
whales
yeah.
and lion sea, penguins, and it's amazing. And then you go a little more up, you go to the limit with Brazil, and it's more jungle, that area called Misiones, and
Okay.
also there are the Iguazu waterfalls that are
yes,
so famous
yes, I've heard of
and
that.
are amazing. I think that the Niagara, nothing.
Oh, really?
No. Iguazu waterfalls are amazing.
I have
and
heard
then you
that,
go
yeah.
to the north, and also it's like more dry with cactus, and also like and everything have different kind of colors like like reds, pinks, yellows.
Awesome.
And then also you go to Mendoza, there is the wine.
Yes.
Wow.
And then you have El Valle de la
Excellent.
Luna, San Juan, that have like landscape like it's the moon.
How could you grow up in a place like that and not want to be an artist?
Really.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
There's so many things to do there, so many things to see, and also Buenos Aires, capital city, it's so nice.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a lot of things to do, and the buildings are very beautiful. And next to Capital Federal, you have Tigre, that is a town that you have rivers, and it's like where the rowing in Argentina starts.
Oh, really?
There's like thousands of clubs
Uh-huh.
rowing.
Thousands of rowing clubs. Wow.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And also there is like houses with so much jungle, and it's amazing.
Oh,
Everything
excellent.
like yes, there's a lot of things to see there.
All right.
And I was commenting when we were talking earlier, the beef in Argentina.
Oh,
is
yes.
unreal. It's outstanding.
It is. In fact, our first Christmas here, I got a prime rib from Argentina at Gago. And it's some of the best prime rib I've ever
Oh, my
had.
Lord, yes.
Yes, the food, it's amazing.
The food is
Amazing.
tremendous.
Yes,
Yeah.
if you are not vegetarian, the meat
If you're
is
not,
amazing.
yes. If you're vegetarian, not so much. but-
But also, not only like the meal, the beef and this kind of thing, asados are amazing. But also we have so good pasta, so good pizza, so
Sí.
good pastry. Like, yes.
Yeah, you have
Yes,
world-class
there's a lot
cuisine.
of a
Yes.
lot of things for try. Also, if you don't like meat.
I feel like so much of the world has really upped their food game,
Mm-hmm.
So many places like Boquete that have become kind of foodie meccas.
Yeah, they have. How many restaurants do we have here?
I
think I heard.
Would you hear?
I heard like 80.
Probably. When we first moved here, I read the official count was 91.
Wow.
So I think it's probably hovering in that 80 to 90 neighborhood in terms of restaurants.
Yeah.
And then you've also got people like Two Guys in a Cooler who, bring food to your house that's already gourmet meals that are made. And you've got upper high end, like Rolando. Chef Rolando, only he doesn't like to be called chef. But, his show was featured on Restaurants at the End of the World, And I think that's quite a thing for Boquete to have a restaurant or several like that with some of the most amazing chefs ever.
Yes.
And then there's also hamburgers and pizza.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Of course.
Oh, man. It's been awesome. Belén, thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting
And
me.
your English is
No.
great.
Very good.
Sí.
Here, my sister.
Sí. Hablas inglés.
No, viste, hablo bien.
Muy bien.
Well,
Yeah, definitely, like I say.
Thank you
your
so much.
English better than
Well,
my Spanish.
I know that it's not good, but I think that you can understand the concept.
I
And
understand
with
everything.
That, it's perfect.
Absolutely. We've understood every word. Okay. Well, we're almost out of time.
We are. That
got-
went fast.
I know. That another amazing hour that just zipped
Zipped
by
by.
with creative, interesting, and wonderful people. Even though I guess you're not technically a Boqueteño, I would consider you a Boqueteño.
Yes, I feel that I'm boqueteña.
Yes, sí, Boqueteña, because you give so much to this town.
Thank
It's
you.
fabulous to have you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
And guys, everybody, thanks for watching the show or listening to the show. And we'll be back next week. Maybe we can get Pam to come back and do some more co-hosting.
I'd love to.
Oh, that'd be great.
Okay.
Thanks, Pam.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend.